Hey, I decided to start with my sunglasses today. What do you think? Welcome to Wednesday with Wendy. Today is April 14th, 2021, and we're talking about 3 steps to release toxic relationships. And I decided to wear my sunglasses to start with because haven't you ever felt like you've been in a toxic relationship and you just feel like you're in the dark? It just feels like a heavy cloud and you can't shake it. You wish you could take off the sunglasses and bring in the light. Feel lighter and feel loved, feel heard, feel seen for who you are. But with these sunglasses on, you don't feel seen. You can't see your eyes, right? So it's kind of like a little thing that I wanted to start with to kind of give you a visual of how, of what were we talking about today, how to remove that cloud and how to attract the kind of relationships that feeds your soul instead of drains you, makes you feel exhausted. So in this group, we talk about, I share tips and tools to help you empower your kids while taking care of yourself. And I feel like this is a really important topic for us to kind of clean up our energy, clean up our lives, see, and kind of take a deep dive into what's going on with not only our love relationships, the relationships in our home, the relationships that we grew up with as a kid, you know, like our extended family, the relationships at work. Even we can even take this teaching into a toxic job that you might be in, and what was the other example that I was, or even like a position that you're in of service. You know, sometimes we say yes to things that we don't know all of the details about, and we get kind of in over our heads on feeling like we're overwhelmed with responsibility. So, and in those situations, we feel, you know, pressured to take on that responsibility for different reasons that we'll go over in a little bit. So 3 steps to release toxic relationships and attract the people in your life that feeds your soul. And following this video, or following those 3 steps, we will have a Q&A if anybody's on here live. I'd love to, you know, go over your questions and personalize this for you. I'd like to bring that more into these videos just because, you know, I love the opportunity to coach people one-on-one. And so I just want to open up that table for you to just bring your questions to the table and see if we can take a little bit of a deep dive and apply it to you personally. So remember that in future videos. After that, if you're listening to the recording, you can post below your question and I can get to it later. So, you know, don't worry if you're watching the recording. I'll get to your questions when you watch the video. So if you would like to join, if you are watching the video or the recording, then ask to join my private group if you're not already in my private group, Holistic Health and Happiness Community, and you can get on here and we can connect through every Wednesday at noon. And the cool thing about connecting with me through these lives is that I'm able to connect with and receive wisdom downloads and from your guides, and just connect with you on a spiritual level. So after the Q&A, I'll be guiding you through a energy healing meditation. And after that, Hopefully you can watch it through the end because I'll be talking more about my upcoming spring retreat, women's retreat. It's a day retreat from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on May 23rd. It's a Sunday. I'm inviting 4 people to my home, 4 women to my home, and I'll be talking about more a little bit later. Also, the pre-retreat 30-day movement challenge, it starts this Sunday. So the movement challenge is a great way to connect with like-minded people and find your soul family, find your soul relationships, find your soul connections. So so that's why we are talking about soul relationships, and just as just to get us in the topic and energy of connecting with people, and which is what we're starting here on Sunday for a 30-day movement challenge. And so hopefully I can connect with more people, that connect you with other people that are looking for the same thing. All right, so let's get started. 3 steps. The 3 steps that I'll be sharing with you are key for manifesting your dreams and your desires. So you can use these tools in every aspect of your life, manifesting anything you want. So if you have a vision board, these tools are really great in helping you to achieve those desires that you're putting out into the universe. You'll feel a huge shift in your awareness. Your vibration raises, which is key for manifesting. And you'll feel consciously connected to your intuition, which I have a lot of clients who talk to me and ask me about how to trust their intuition. How do I know that my brain is lying to me and when my heart is trying to talk to me? So these are 3 powerful tools to help you consciously connect to your intuition as well. So when it comes to teaching our kids, empowering our kids, the purpose for this private Facebook group is that we don't have to spell out these things to our kids. We really don't have to, we don't have to take these things and sit them down and lecture them, right? We just, hey Lara, thanks for hopping on and joining me. They learn by example, right? So everything that we do for ourselves, to heal ourselves, they notice that, and we actually can heal our family through healing ourselves. And I know that sounds a little bit funky when your linear brain is like, how is that possible? How does healing me heal my kids? Well, when you're thinking in a non-linear way, in a vibrational way, like attracts like, right? So if they're paying attention to us, which they always are from a very young age, they will automatically respond and mimic, and they'll learn what we're doing by example. So let's get right into it. Step number 1, get honest with yourself. If you want to get paper and pencil, that might help. Or you can go back and listen to this again if you need a reminder. Get honest with yourself. Like I said earlier, these 3 steps will help in any relationship. Doesn't matter if it's a love relationship or a casual relationship or a family member relationship or a romantic relationship. A boss, somebody that's in charge of a group that you're in. Ask yourself if this relationship is feeding your energy or if it is draining your energy. So it's a question. It's a question here that I'm prompting you to write about. Is it feeding your energy or draining your energy? And so we have to decide which one of these relationships in our life are feeding us or draining us. How does it make you feel? And you need to write this down. It's super powerful to write down how you feel about these relationships that are draining your energy. Does it feel anxious? When you think about it, does it make you feel anxious? You got to, connect with your body in these moments. How does your body feel? Do you feel like sweaty palms, or does your heart rate go up? Does your mind start thinking negative thoughts? Do you feel fearful? Are you nervous about seeing this person? Are you nervous about what they might say to you? Do you feel angry when you think about this person? Or when you see them? Are you resentful? Are you just wanting to avoid being around this person? Are you wanting to avoid them? Are you finding yourself that you're blaming how you feel on them? You're playing the blame game. And with most of us, in a lot of our relationships, this may not be something that you thought about before, but does this person activate the people pleaser in you? This one thing we could talk about probably for half an hour. How certain people, or maybe everyone, it's possible that everyone that you have surrounded yourself with brings out the people pleaser in you. So you're running in circles to please them, and you're having to change who you are to make sure that they're happy. So think about those things. Are you having to put on a different hat with every circumstance you're in? That's draining your energy, right? When you have to switch out the hats constantly, and you can't just be you, because there is only one you. So think about how many yous you think you are, all the labels that you wear, and decide if that is triggered from a people pleaser hat that you put on, and depending on the person you're with. How is this relationship affecting your health? Ask that question. Write it down. How is this relationship affecting my health? And how is it affecting my ability to be present for my family, for my kids, for myself? Is it affecting how I take care of myself and take care of my family? These are things that we need to get really, really honest with ourselves about. And most of all, be compassionate towards yourself. Show yourself kindness in this moment of being honest with yourself. This is not like a suggestion or an invitation for you to start putting yourself down. That's not what this is about. This is just about compassion and accepting what's really going on. Because in order for us to understand it, we got to look at it, right? So let's look at it and do your damnedest to not judge yourself, right? So that's really important, to show compassion and kindness towards yourself in these moments of honesty. All right, so step number 2, get honest with who they are. Where are they coming from? If you know anything about their history, where are they coming from? Who taught them to do what they do? It kind of helps you understand the pattern, because these toxic people usually learn it from another toxic person, and it's a pattern that keeps going on unless you look at it and get honest with it. It's going to keep going on. It's literally a neural pathway in our brains that we have to be intentional about creating new neural pathways in our mind. So the way we do that is to look at it and get honest with it. So, who are they? Here's some questions that you want to ask yourself. Are they honest with me? Do you feel like they're being authentic and honest with you? Can you trust them? So, simple question. Yes, no question. Can you trust them? Do you feel like they're judging you? Do they place judgment on you? Do they expect me to be something more than I am, like something? Do they place expectation on you? You know, I'm trying to think of an example. Maybe somebody can help me come up with something like that in the comments. What's an expectation that people place on you that kind of makes you feel heavy and drains you, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, and it starts just like, I can't believe you're doing this to me kind of thing. You start the blame game in that cycle, the spiral, downward spiral. Maybe there's an expectation of, as a mom, that you place that that you feel like you pressured to have a perfect household and have the kids cleaned up and all the time, and you're always on time and never late and all these things like that. So is that coming from you, or is that coming from the person that you're in this relationship with? So some of these, it's like some of these things you can say yes to both. So it's interesting when you start to look at getting honest with yourself, getting honest with the person who they are, and the parallels that come up in these answers to the questions. Do they blame me for how they feel? Like, I've heard it many times from my kids. They'll come home and it's like, I can't believe they did this to me. They're making me feel so terrible and angry. We do that too. Not just our kids. So, I just wanted to point out here that avoiding the real issues in a relationship doesn't make it go away. The patterns keep going. But I also want to remind you that sometimes avoiding is a coping. Avoiding, not sometimes, but always. Avoiding is a coping mechanism. And sometimes we just need to go there. Sometimes we need to just check out. And we all have our vices of how we check out. Sometimes we need to go there. So in those moments, don't judge yourself. That judging yourself keeps you in that downward spiral and keeps you on the path to depression. So if you feel like, you just have had it for the day and you just need to check out for 30 minutes, and give yourself that time. Okay, so Laura's given us a good example here. She says, expect you to be the one to do stuff for them. Yeah, so, like they can't help themselves, like those things that that they're capable of doing themselves, but they just sit there and watch you like with their hands on their hips, like, right? So, yeah, totally. I get that for sure. So in that circumstance, what we can say is like, well, maybe we can delegate, right? Maybe that would be something that we can do to not take on that responsibility and think that we have to hold on, take care of everything. Maybe we can start talking about delegating a little bit, especially if we're in like a service position and, it's outside of our home, we're in this position of service and we feel like things are just keep piling on and they expect us to do all the work. Well, we can delegate. Give yourself permission to get help. You don't have to like live up to that expectation of, they think I can handle it, so I better get it done. But is that serving you? Is that helping you? We go back to your health. How is it affecting your health? And how is it affecting how you take care of, your basic needs and the basic needs of your family? So that once again, coming back to avoiding the issues doesn't make it go away. And I know that some people go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, that they're bouncing from one person to the next, and they're repeating these patterns, and they don't understand why they can't find the right person. It's because they keep avoiding getting honest with themselves and getting honest with that person, and maybe avoiding having the conversation and using their voice to empower themselves. So maybe that's something that could be going on too. Also, when it comes to getting honest, what we're wanting to do here again, I'm asking you to show yourself kindness and compassion when we're getting honest. But what we need to do also, not just for ourselves, is to show compassion and acceptance for the person that is the perpetrator in the situation. We have to accept the fact that maybe we're we're contributing to the perpetration of the circumstance, not just the person that we feel is perpetrating. Or I would, maybe more of a harsh way to describe it would be the person who is abusing their right to talk down to you. So, which brings us to accepting who they are, which does not mean ignoring their bad behavior. So, empowering a conversation, having an empowered conversation using your voice to say, this is not okay. And if you need to reach out to somebody else to help back you up, to be your, to have your back in the situation, to have somebody there, if you're in a dangerous situation, call somebody, have them come over and talk about it together with the three of you. We're accepting who they are as they are doesn't mean ignoring their bad behavior. So, but it's important that we understand how, when we are wanting to manifest a shift or a change in a relationship, we need to learn how to accept what is happening in the moment and not judging it. So that instantly raises our vibration and changes the energy and dynamic between the two of you. So I know there's so many different examples of what kind of things that might be happening, the toxicity that might be happening between the two of you. But there are ways to find the support that you need to stop the bad behavior and stop the patterns that are happening in your life. And you never know that once you start to use that, stand in your power and use that ability to use your voice and say, this is not okay, and say in a calm way, without the emotions, neutral, and without triggers, this is not okay. Let's make a change here. It's time for a change. And that's the way we get to that neutral position is accepting the way it is and having compassion for the situation. Maybe we don't know where they're coming from. So we can't judge what's going on here, and we can't judge maybe they just came in from home from a really stressful day or a bad meeting at work, and they're just venting. So we need to be sensitive that way. One important thing is to notice when you're in one of the keys to noticing if you're in a toxic relationship is to notice if they are wanting power over you. So what we're wanting is balance in our relationships and equality. So if you find that you're feeling like they are pushing you down and creating a power over situation, then you know that that's a red flag, and you're in a toxic relationship. All right. So step number 3 is notice your triggers. This may sound a little repetitive, but I'm just really trying to break it down and drive it home that the emotions that you feel in your triggers when you're in these toxic relationships is a clue. It clues you into the pattern of repeating offenders. So, and it's really difficult and hard for me to watch some people, some of our friends go through these patterns, because you want to tell them, can't you see you're attracting the same thing over and over in your life. So getting honest with yourself, getting honest with who the other person is, and noticing your triggers. Notice how you feel. Your feelings clue you in to your attractor abilities, and your vibration. So maybe I need to break that down a little bit differently. Our feelings clue us in to where we are vibrationally, where we're vibrating, and then our vibration clues us in to what we're attracting into our life. So if we're wanting to attract a balanced, peaceful, loving relationship, then our triggers kind of tell us where we're at on that scale of vibration. So we have low vibrations and we have high vibrations, and we all know where they are, what they feel like, because, the low vibrations drain us and the higher vibrations gives us energy. And then we got to get back to being honest with ourselves. Your triggers, actually, just a clue here, an important clue here, another tip here that's important to remember is that your triggers your low vibrational triggers empowers and strengthens your abuser. And I know this is kind of a triggering word in itself, but I feel like maybe in certain circumstances we need to call it what it really is that these toxic relationships are spiritually, they're spiritually, emotionally, and mentally abusive. They're not feeding you, they're taking from you, and that's an abusive behavior. So call it what it is. Get honest with yourself. Is that really what it is? Is that what's really going on? And if you see yourself in a negative pattern, maybe that's something that you really need to take a good look at. So anytime you feel you're in a less than and better than relationship, there's always a control issue going on. You feel like you're in a relationship where this person is telling you what you can and cannot do, and instead of like saying, let's talk about this, let's come to an agreement, it's a dead no, or you can tell that there's an anger issue that's going to be triggered by them. But something that you did triggers their anger, which a red flag. Triggers are really important to notice so that you can see there's a red flag situation going on. So going back to what we talked about in the beginning with getting honest with yourself, how do you feel about this person when you think about them? Does it trigger fear, anxiousness, nervousness, worry, safety, even worry about your personal safety or the safety of your family? So these are the kind of things that we need to look at. They will empower and strengthen, triggers empower and strengthen the person that you're dealing with here. So even in your current relationships, remember that like attracts like. So we got to take a good hard look at ourselves first. That's the number one key, is to look at ourselves first. And what are we asking? What are we putting out there into the universe? Because it just comes back to us and is actually bigger than what it just is a wave, and it comes back at us like a mirror. So take responsibility for what you have attracted into your life. And coming back to the compassion and kindness, again, go ahead and put your questions in the comments below. I'd love to tune into the wisdom of what you need through this video. I know this is a really deep topic and conversation, and super important, because I believe in my heart that this life is meant to be enjoyed, and this life is meant to be lived with people that we're meant to live with, and surround ourselves with people who support us, who loves us, who hear us, who see us for who we really are. And if you struggle with any of that kind of thing, I'd love to talk to you more about it one-on-one. Just reach out to me. You can connect with me through email and through Messenger. And remember that just because your current relations, there was another page of notes here. Remember that just because your current relationships are telling you something needs to change doesn't mean you have to dissolve them. Like these relationships, maybe it's a love relationship that you feel like, it's out of balance, and there's like a higher, less than situation going on here. You don't have to dissolve it right away. It doesn't mean that it's time to escape it or avoid the situation. Use these tools that we're talking about here and learn from them. That's why you're in this situation. The universe is offering you a chance to learn something about yourself, learn something new about yourself. And do your best. Do your best in assessing the situation and doing your best in putting your best foot forward and having empowering conversations. And chances are, if you change how you approach your relationships, they will approach you differently too. But you got to work on it. It's retraining your brain to use your voice and not to avoid these difficult conversations. If you want to attract soul relationships into your life that support you and see you and hear you, and you're not seeing that currently in your life, then it's time to start taking a chance on yourself. Start taking a chance on yourself and start learning new ways to use your voice, new ways to raise your vibration, and start changing your mindset and accepting and stop blaming and start taking responsibility for how you feel. I know it's really hard, especially when your kids are blaming you for how they feel, and you just want to, throw it right back into their face. That's one thing that I've struggled with in the past, is with my family members, is, when they say angry things to me, I want to say angry things back. But the only way to dissolve that tension and raise the vibration and bring a peace and harmony into the home is by not responding to that energy. We have to respond don't mirror the energy, but respond with a different energy by raising your vibration and just coming to it, approaching the situation with acceptance and compassion. And most of all for yourself. And I just wanted to use this as a little springboard, to be the change that you wish to see. And if you don't see what you want, change your external experience and attract what you want. I have a personal experience of, it's hard to know how to help the people that are hurting in your life. And so I have a lot of motivation to possibly say something to somebody that might help them improve their life, bring happiness into their life, bring joy into their life. Because I know that when that downward spiral takes over, it's pretty devastating. And it's really hard to see our loved ones go through that. So if you know anybody who is, if you personally know anybody who's going through that downward spiral, into that depression and feeling like they're wearing those sunglasses all the time, and the cloud is heavy and the darkness is real for them, send them over to the group. Send them my way. I'd love to talk to them. I have a lot of compassion and a big heart for people who need that pick me up and that boost to help them get out of that darkness. So, and the reason also for the 30-day challenge, the movement challenge that is coming back up on Sundays, because I want to create an opportunity and a community for people to find people that they resonate with, find people that they want to, that positive people to surround themselves with. So you'll see that in the group. I've posted it in the group, the 30-day pre-retreat movement challenge. And sorry, I have dry throat. 30 days pre-retreat movement challenge. If you are interested in the retreat, it's going to be May 23rd. And you can register through Eventbrite. The link, I'll share the link below. And if that's a paid. If you want to attend in live, you can attend live, and there's also an online option that you'll find on the Eventbrite link. The 30-day pre-retreat movement challenge is absolutely free. And you can register for that on Eventbrite if you would like to receive daily positive affirmations and motivation and mindset, motivation, positive affirmations, all that good stuff directly from me. So when you register with the Eventbrite, it's free. But that way I have your phone number or your email, whichever way you prefer to receive that daily insight from me. Because I know that with some people, they just kind of need that right now. And I just want to put that out there that I am happy to be that person for you. And if you don't want to register with Eventbrite for the free 30-day challenge, that's fine. You can still find the Zoom link for the Tuesday, Thursday group challenges in the Facebook event link, and also a calendar with our in-person activities on Monday evenings. And then our Zoom activities on Tuesday, Thursday mornings. And then maybe even possible extra activities with, I was thinking maybe doing like a yoga class or something like that, meditation class on the calendar. So that is everything that I wanted to share today. We're going to end with an energy healing meditation. So yeah, just close your eyes and relax in the seat that you're sitting in right now. We're focusing on raising our vibration and asking our guides to help us see what is causing us to stay in these unhealthy patterns and unhealthy relationships. Let's go ahead and just do that now. And just say to your guides, you can say a little prayer in your heart, asking the universe or asking God to help you on this journey of self-awareness, raising your consciousness, raising your vibration, and attracting a better life for yourself that will bring you happiness and joy. And breathe into that statement that you just are asking for that. And you're being very direct and very clear, very simple request for help in helping me see what I cannot see. Help me open my eyes to what I cannot see. So that I can stop the negative patterns and start being and living for myself and living with more happiness and joy in my heart. Breathe into that. Breathe into your heart space and breathe in the words into every cell of your body. And as you exhale the words out to the universe, out to heaven. Our thoughts carry powerful information. And even though we can't see it with our eyes, we know it's there. Believe that it's there and allow your thinking mind to just set aside your thinking mind for a moment and just pretend that your thoughts are being carried in through your breath out to the universe, asking for that guidance, for that intuitive wisdom to help you see and understand and have compassion for yourself. Help you know what it is that you really want. And if it is a huge shift or a small shift, it doesn't matter. Any shift to change the vibration of your cells. Each one of our organs are intelligent. Each one of our cells are intelligent. And when we put these thoughts and emotions and desires out into the universe, they will come back. And our cells receive the information that we need to know. So open your heart to that information. Breathing into your heart space. Breathing into the information as if it lives on your breath. And feel the peace and the calm. Feel the visceral vibration in your cells, in your blood, running through your body. Feel the warmth of your breath, the warmth of your skin. And imagine you can see the warmth of the sun high above your head, shining light down on top of your head. And allow it to shower over you. Allow the light to shower over your body, stimulating the information that lives on your breath. Warming your souls, warming your skin, warming your soul, your cells, and your skin. Allowing your shoulders to drop. Dropping into your belly with your attention. Allowing your jaw to drop and drop. Allowing your jaw to drop, your shoulders to drop, and then dropping in deep into your pelvis, where all of your creative energy is waiting for you to acknowledge that creative power that exists deep in your pelvic bowl. Bring the light in from the sun, from the warmth, and let it drop into the lower chakra, into the pelvis. Bringing, maybe even if you need to, bring your palms to your belly. Breathing into your belly, breathing into that creative space. And reminding yourself that you are the creator of your life. Reminding yourself that you are co-creating with the universe. And that when you bring that information in through the breath, that you are in connection with everything that is, everyone, and that you are not alone, that you are supported, and that this creative energy is alive and real inside of you, and that all you need to do is acknowledge it. Bring it power and energy. And now that you have the tools to know what drains your energy, what drains your creative power, you know how to fill it up, to gather it, to use it, to manifest it, to bring your thoughts and emotions into a reality, into a physical, tangible reality. Something that is real, that you can see, touch, smell, and feel how it feels on the inside. And breathe it out. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And if you're ready to open your eyes, come back. Maybe you can write about what you just experienced, or you can share with me what you experienced in that meditation. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, or you can send me an email, info@wendylnelson.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, feedback. As always, I'm available to, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I'm here on Facebook. I am on YouTube with same name, Facebook and YouTube, Holistic Health and Happiness Community. You can connect to me through email, through Messenger, through my phone number, 801-628-5711. You can text me anytime. Thanks so much for listening today. Thank you, Laura, for joining me today. She says relaxation. Perfect. Love it. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye for now.